Mm-hmm.
Good. Perfect. Welcome to the press conference for Game 7 of the 2025 the number 2 seed Rowan by a score of 5-1. I have the winning team trying here, which includes head coach Donnie Dickelson and players Alexis Michon and Tyra Markham. Coach, can we get an opening statement? Your thoughts on the game?
Just a great game. I mean, Rowan is one of the best teams in the country. They beat us pretty bad a couple years ago in this tournament, and a lot of respect for the coaching staff. She does a great job with them. Both teams came out with a lot of energy. It was a great game. Luckily, we were able to come on top and some big hits at the right time, and obviously, Mish was spectacular again today.
Coach, talk about what it means to have a day off at a final site.
We've never had one because of weather every time, so it's nice to go ahead and relax a little bit. I know she already said she can't wait to kind of just hang out a little bit and kick the feet up and, to have someone come back to us. So it's going to be great for our, we have a couple injuries that are nagging, just to get some rehab time and just relax, and I think it'll be very beneficial moving forward.
Mish, talk about 2 great starts. We're kind of cheating and bringing in here for a second day, but you have 2 wins already this week. Talk about what's going right in that circle.
Honestly, I guess just my mental approach to the game. I had, today, me and Debbie talked before the game, and I told her I was really nervous, and I had a lot of jitters, and she just told me, go be a blank out there and do your job. And it's nice because I know my teammates have my back 100%, and we have one of the best defenses in the country. And I'm okay giving up hits and letting my teammates field behind me.
Does that same mindset help you get over that first hit, that first home run, and how do you
Yeah,
get back
I'm
from
not
it?
going to lie. I piped that ball down the middle of the plate. Let's be honest here, okay? But after that, I kind of knew Coach Smith would be a little upset with me, so I just said, I'm not going to let that happen again. That's the only run they're getting the whole game. So, yeah, I guess them hitting a home run at the game just changes my mentality to it's just not going to happen again.
Happened in the Super, same thing. First inning to hit one, and then she decided to go up another level, and I think she just likes to get us fired up, and likes to get Coach Smith, his age, really not do that to him.
Yeah.
But great recovery, great job.
Tyra, the game was close, and then you kind of put the nail in the coffin with a big 18th home run of the season. What were you seeing at the box?
I was getting a lot of change-ups, which that's just a mental adjustment I have to make. But at the end of the day, I just know that I have to see the ball and be myself. I can't pressure myself to do more because at the end of the day, my team needs me and I'm here for a reason. So I just need to remember that when I step in the box.
Kind of going back to what Mish said, she trusts her defense, and you're a big part of that at first. You were stretching for a lot of balls today. Talk about, just go through that, and is it slower every time to get up, or?
It can be, but at the end of the day, if I have to lay out and get a ball to get an out, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, she caught one by the fence today. She went 30-plus feet. That's a lot of range for her.
I didn't have to go over there.
Yeah.
I stopped myself.
I have a question for Michon, and you had a dominant performance, 10 strikeouts, and Rowan's a team, I don't know if you guys obviously check the stats coming in, but strike out less than 3 times per game. They're a team that's very hard to strike out. It's one thing that they've definitely improved on. Today, what kind of, worked and, allowed you to play your game when it came to tallying up the strikeouts?
Trusting my spin and allowing myself to clip the corners and not just pipe it down the middle. That was definitely working. Obviously, my changeup was a big factor with the strikeouts, but I also give a lot of credit to Ainsley because she's a very good catcher. She frames any ball that's off the plate. I get a lot of strike calls because of her, so it's a dual effort.
Yeah, she was fantastic back there tonight. She made picked the one in the dirt and then runs down, saves the runner going to second. Great hustle. Rowan is very aggressive. We knew that. We watched a ton of film, much we could to get on them, and so we knew we had to mix speeds and change planes on them. And she did a great job executing the plan. And Coach Smith gets a ton of credit. The guy is. He has his files from 20 years ago in this little cardboard box that he keeps because nothing is going to be up to speed. It's old school all the way. And he pulls them out. He does his homework, and he needs a lot more credit than what he gets for the success that we have in all aspects of our team.
And Coach, obviously you mentioned it in your opening statement about Rowan beating you, even though you won the national championship that year. Did this still feel like a good get back spot against a team you haven't seen since?
Yes and no. After the first pitch home run, I was like, oh God, here we go again. And then we settled in. Obviously, when someone beats you like that, I mean, all hands off of them. They outplayed us in every aspect that day, and just chance to play them again and see where we are, how we stack up this year. It was a great opportunity, and you always think about it, but this new team, their team versus our team, our lineup's different, their lineup's different. So it's just nice to be on the right side and keep moving forward in the bracket.
And my last question for Tyra. Today was kind of, a game where the wind was definitely a factor. And did you, as a lefty with, a lot of home runs, kind of see that as an opportunity to, put one over the fence and kind of play your game and your team's game is just as a home run hitting team?
Yes and no, because when I go up, I can't think about aiming the ball or else I'm going to be all in my head. Mm-hmm. So I'm a big hit the ball where it's thrown to me, and if it's in my zone, it's in my zone. So yes and no at the same time.
I'll touch on that real quick. I thought that was a great move to bring in the screwball kid to try to get our kids to go to left field because of the wind. So we try to make a couple adjustments to back off the plate to make that more middle, and to our lefties to crowd the plate and try to pull it. And she got a little more inside the plate, and she pulled it pretty far. So I thought that was a really good move on her part to use the wind to her advantage.
Thank you.
If that's all anyone's got, thank you guys for your time and good luck on Sunday.
Thank you.
Thank
Thunder.
you.
Welcome to the press conference for Game 7 of the 2025 Division III Softball National Championship, hosted by Illinois Wesleyan University. Number 2 seed Rowan was defeated by the number 3 seed Trine by a score of 5-1. I have Rowan here, which includes head coach Kim Wilson and players Liz McCaffrey and Beth Ann Doder. Coach, can I get an opening statement and your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I think, we started off doing a nice job in the first inning. We got a little away from our plan, and we're a pretty clean team, and we made a couple mistakes, and that definitely hurt us. We're looking to bounce back and be ready to go tomorrow.
And you guys are a team full of leadership, and you've been here before last year, played in the same game, won the game that you're essentially going to play tomorrow. Does the leadership has kind of carried you throughout the season? Do you feel confident that it's going to continue to take you until, I guess, the wheels fall off?
Yeah, absolutely. I think my upperclassmen will do a really good job of getting them ready to go and provide the leadership that they've been providing all year. And it doesn't just come from the seniors, it comes from everybody. We're a bounce back kind of team. We've done a good job of just turn the next page. That's done. We can't do anything about it. We can learn from it and move forward.
And next question for Coach and Liz McCaffrey. 10 strikeouts. What did you think, Michonne did well, in the circle for a team that in Rowan this year has just not been striking out much at all?
Yeah, I think that we definitely had a game plan going in and kind of stepped away from that. And usually we can make adjustments the second and third time around, and we really didn't today. She kind of just kept us off balance and then took advantage of the weaknesses. And, once they got the momentum going, it never really stopped. And that is not something that usually happens for us. So we're looking to kind of just bounce back from that, make adjustments, and then not let that happen again.
And for Beth Ann Doder, what was it just like to kind of make your first appearance in the Division III Softball World Series?
Very anxiety-inducing, for sure. No, it was great. I'm lucky enough to play behind such a great group of leaders that we have and trust in them every time I get to pitch.
And my question's for Liz. As a veteran / leader in the locker room, how do you help the younger players reset and focus in for tomorrow's game?
We went in there and we talked and, just kind of taking advantage of this opportunity. It's tough to beat us. I think if we go down, we kind of go down, all 21 of us. So, just trying to come in, work together, and like I said, make those adjustments, take advantage of pitchers' mistakes, and be aggressive and ready to go.
This piggies back off of this, but Liz, you've been able to swing a pretty hot bat the last couple of days, 2 home runs now, and you picked up 2 of the team's 3 hits, which is a good spot for you. So how have you been able to get comfortable, especially when Michonne was able to take care of things?
Sorry, I'm not good at multitasking. Perfect. I'm sorry. Can you repeat the last part of that?
Yes. So you've been able to swing a pretty hot bat the last couple of days. You also picked up 2 of the team's 3 hits today. So what has been really working for you? And maybe that's something you can tell your team going into tomorrow.
I think we knew coming in she was a very talented pitcher, so just trying to take advantage early and often, relaying location and what we were seeing, the speeds of pitches, and trying to pick up that changeup that she had that she started implementing a lot more. And then just going in there being aggressive. I think that if we see them again, we have to be more aggressive and go after her and put the ball in play a lot more than we did. But I think that's something that we're definitely capable of.
My final question for you, Coach. What are you going to tell your players? You probably mentioned it already, but we haven't been able to hear from. But what are you telling your players as they're getting up for tomorrow?
I think the biggest thing is you can't do anything about what happened today. You've got to move forward. The next game is the next game. We've got to be able to. And I told him, I read him a quote before the game. We don't need to change who we are to play in any of these games. We need to be the same team, the same person, the same. What we've done has worked all season. We need to continue to do that. We're great as we are. You can't change anything and go to the next level at this point. You've got to just continue to do the little things that have gotten us to where we want to be.
And just quickly, my last question: how's it going to feel tomorrow? Going against Randolph Macon, and a former player of yours, the head coach now in her first season there. What's like the feeling? In your mind. Obviously, it's get ready to go, but you also, I'm sure, are probably it's a pretty cool moment for you.
It is. I'm so proud of Christy and the coach that she is and the human being that she is. I think she's done such a good job, and I'm so proud of her.
Questions for Beth. Obviously, your first appearance in the NCAA championship series. Any words of wisdom that you were given by Liz or Peyton or Bree when you went out there to the circle? I mean, I'm sure your emotions were probably going the mile, 1,000 miles an hour. Did they say anything that kind of made you refocus, or any words of wisdom that they gave you when you went out there?
I mean, yeah, Bree specifically, she just said, just throw the ball, and that was it. Just do what we've been working.
Sums it up.
Just do what we've been working towards all season, and what Coach MP has trained me to do, and don't make it any more than it needs to be.
Okay, there's no more questions. Thank you guys for coming, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tell me when it's off.